Okay, 7th graders, we are moving on to lesson 17 in CSS classes. We're introducing a new thing here, and it's going to be new for everybody. This is something that code.org has added, so some of you that got a little further last year than others probably didn't even have this. So it is a little confusing, but we'll see if we can walk our way through it. I'm not going to have you worry about triangle 2, so I'm just going to hit continue. Right, so basically what we're doing is we're adding in a new rule that will allow us to manipulate what's on our web page a little easier and allow us to do different things to different areas of the web page. So for instance, we have these 4 little top pictures, and then we have the larger pictures, all right? And so in order to make this happen, we wouldn't be able to do it the old way that we were doing some of our styling. So what's been introduced is it's called a class. So if we look at our style sheet, I want you to look at the style sheet here. I'm going to read something first real quick. A class in CSS, a period in front of the selector means that the selector is the name of a class, and that's what the new thing is. And if there's no period, it means that the selector is the name of an HTML tag, and it's not necessarily that we're not going to be doing that, but we're just adding on to that. So this is basically the old way we did things. So if we look here at our style sheet, you'll notice body. Well, body is an HTML tag. Here's our body. So everything between body is going to be coded with the font family Fantasy. So all the text in between body, which is basically all of our text, is going to be Fantasy. And then we have the background color, which is light blue. All right, so that's within the body. Now our new classes, you'll notice they do start with a period. So it's period top /img, that stands for the top images, and then we've got a period main /image, and then we've got information on what those are going to look like. So now what we're able to do by breaking down into these smaller classes, we're able to manipulate the information on our web page and be more creative with it, basically is what it allows us to do. All right, so this information right here is being applied to these 4 pictures. And then this information right here, the main images, is being applied to the other images, all right? So we're able to actually change some things because of this, all right? Now, it shouldn't be that hard to do it over here on our style sheet, but let's take a look at our index page. You'll notice now that this is what we're working with. So if I go up here, I see world's biggest waterfall, and then I see image. Now you'll notice that they've added in, and we have to designate what the class name. So now it's going to be the same way to put in an image as it was before, except we're adding in class. So class equals, and then you're going to put the name of it, top /img. Then you're going to go to the src, which was the same. That's the name of your file over here. And then the alt is obviously the alt text, and then you close that. And the one thing you're going to have to do with this class in order to get this information that we created right here, okay, in order to get that to show up on each of the images, we're going to actually have to put them in individually, which we would anyway, but we just always have to go image, and then we have to insert the class right here just to say this style is going to be applied to each of those individual pictures, okay? And then you'll notice down here all the other images have class, and then they have main img, so they're pulling in the style that they put into the main image for those. All right, so you're going to have to do a little bit. You're going to have to go back to your index page, and you will have to update, like if you do something with your images, you'll have to put in that class. All right, so let's see here. Okay, and it just says, why would they do this? Just allows you, again, more creativity, I think. All right. And so it just says add a new rule to one of the classes and check to see if it only affects the images in that class. And I'm going to let you guys do that on your own. I want to try to get through here. So I'm going to be looking for one rule. So maybe you could put a border. All right. So maybe I'll look for a border around maybe the main images or these. So that would be what you would do. And you just come, you don't have to add anything new. You're just going to come down here and you could do border. All right. So I'll be looking for that. So let's go to circle 4. Okay. So now let's look. It says look through the code to see how the sanguine class works. And then it says to add a new class for one of the other humors. And you're going to add it on the style sheet and on the index page. So let's kind of look and see what they're talking about here. So let's first go to the style sheet. So the style sheet has a body and then their heading. This is how they've done that. So now we have an image. So this is just all the normal stuff that we've done in the past. But here's our new thing. So this sanguine has a border, the border color, and then another color and a font. And you'll notice sanguine, they named it, it says the 4 humors, and so they've got these 4 people here, and they put that sanguine style around this stuff right here. Okay, so there's your style set. Let's go see what it looks like in our index page. So this is our heading, this is our first paragraph. All right, so in order to get sanguine wherever we want it, notice we start with our image. Class sanguine, SRC sanguine PGN. Now they did not put an alt, and I would say you should, but they didn't, so we aren't going to add anything to that. Then notice they wanted the heading. That's actually sanguine. They had to put in after heading class sanguine and then what the heading is. And then they also wanted the paragraph to be affected. And so they put paragraph class equals sanguine. Sanguine humor comes from having a lot of blood. All right. And now they're done. So these 3 elements here, this image, this heading, and this paragraph, were all separated from the old stuff by creating a class called sanguine, putting what you want in that, what style sets you want, and then going back here to the index, and basically you just put in class equals and then the name of your class. So the instructions for this particular one, it says to add a new class for one of the other humors. Add the class and rule set in the style sheet and then add the elements. All right, so what we're going to have to do is go to our style sheets and I guess we'll do, so we can go to style, and what I would do is come down here and you're going to just go with dot, and I'll just take the next humor thing, and that's what's going to be the name of the class. And then I'm going to put a bracket, and then I'm just going to go. So maybe I'll do border, and I'm going to do solid, and I'll do the same. I'll stick with their stuff, but this time I'm going to do border color, and I'm going to make it red. And then I'm not sure what this color means, but I'll just do that and do red as well because that's what they had. Did I do crimson or did I do red? I have crimson. All right. And then I'm going to do font family, and I'm going to choose a different one. I'm going to do monospace. They chose cursive. I'm going to do monospace. So I want you to make a new one of these, but I don't want you to copy every single thing they have. So I'm going to hit enter, and then I'm going to close this up. Okay, now why didn't anything happen? Because normally when we did this before, it just automatically applied once we did it in the style sheet here. But it's not working. And the reason is because now I've got to come back over here to index, and I'm going to have to go in front of right here. And again, you really don't have to add anything except for in the style sheet. I'm going to do class equals, and then in quotations, I'm going to put, and then a space. All right, and now you'll notice I've got a picture around my image. I'm going to go over here to the heading. And now, the only other thing I need to do is I need to put in a bracket right there. So I'm going to go ahead, and so you're just going to go ahead and you can look and see how they did it. I didn't do something right. Oh, I see what I did wrong. I took that. I need to take that off, so I need to put this within my heading. So now I've got that. And then I'm going to come down here, and I guess I can just do this. I'm going to do class equals and they don't even put a space. And so now I've taken my color set, and I don't know why that moved, but I should be good. So that's all of that. All right, so that's all you have to do. So what I'm going to be looking for on this assignment is the style was given. I just did this one, so you can go ahead and copy this one. Then I want you to choose this melancholic or this phlegmatic, and I want you to create another style. And you can use some of these things, but don't use exactly what we have. And then go to your index page and change that, okay? And I'm not sure why that image moved, but it did, but don't worry about it, all right? So there's that. Then you're going to have some practice. So I want you to do circle 5. And then I want you to go ahead and you are going to do circle 6. Now again, you are not going to have to add any new CSS over here. You're going to be using this style sheet, and here's your index page. All right, and so you're going to go ahead and look through this and go ahead and use these up here if you need it. And then what I would like you to do, we're not going to do the challenges, so I'm going to have you do basically circles 3 through 6 for this assignment. All right. Again, if you have questions, if you're working on this, let me know.